Hi, this is Matt Yetter with Sherlock Home Inspections. Phone number is 971-212-7481. Website address is yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is Saturday, July 2nd, 2022. The address we're inspecting today is 9239 North Calhoun Avenue, Portland, Oregon, 97203. We are about to perform a video inspection of the property's main sewer line through the roof plumbing vent. The equipment being used today is the Rigid Sea Snake. This is one of the best sewer cameras on the market today. Before we begin this video inspection, it's being noted that some of the sewer pipes made of the clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys, and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspections must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made out of cast iron, ABS 3034 or HDPE pipe with all appropriate fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, bellies, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommends replacing any sewer pipe that does not meet the specifications. Here we go. We are in 4-inch cast iron pipe. Now right off the bat, right from the get-go, we would recommend having a sewer scope performed every 2 years, keeping an eye on this pipe. This is an older metal pipe in the northwest soil, and this will most likely need some attention in the future. We're running some water from the kitchen sink. You can see it joining us right there. Running some water to ensure that our pipe is watertight and is going to remain watertight throughout this inspection. Now I think it would be wise to go into this knowing that at some point this will most likely need some attention. It need to be modernized. It looks like we get some good news there. We transitioned to ABS piping, but there is a bit of a belly here. There's a sag in the line, so let's back up a little bit. So good news is it looks like our pipe material changes in the front yard. Bad news is it's got a sag in the line. So here we go. So we enter water at about 18 and a half feet. We go underwater. We come out of it at about 21 feet. So about a 2.5 foot sag in the line there. We're going to run some tests on it on the pullback. We're going to turn off the camera, or turn off the microphone, and the water. We're going to drain everything out, and we'll look at the pipe one more time in reverse. There we go with a little bit of marginal pitch through that area also. So again, good news is that it looks like at least a portion of the pipe has been nicely improved or updated throughout the front yard. The portion under the house that we saw to start, the old cast iron pipe, will most likely need to be updated to match this in the future. And then, like I said, there was a couple of sags in the line, so a couple areas where the pipe maybe wasn't properly supported or wasn't pitched properly, and so you have a little bit of sag. We're going to see how that area reacts with the water off. If everything drains right on out of there, then you're feeling better about things. Going a little bit flat through that area also. We're going to transition to an older, let's see, we're going to transition. This signifies a few things. This signifies transitioning pipe size, so we're going from a 5-inch pipe into a larger, looks like 6 to 8-inch pipe. Signifies transitioning pipe materials, and it also signifies transitioning into a branch off of the city lateral piping. And even though we enter into city lateral piping, technically all of this would be buyer-owner responsibility. Then we're going to transition again to terracotta clay tile piping. Terracotta is no longer being used in sewer piping. This makes me think that the city of Portland may be in process of getting over to this area to update the lateral piping out there in the roadway, and then these branches, because this is a material that the City of Portland, there's a movement to go away from these things. And then we're going to turn, and I think we're going to wrap into the lateral right there. So we'll call it 101 feet to the city lateral. So this is the end officially of owner responsibility, about 101 feet away from the house. So a few things there. The cast iron pipe is under the house is going to most likely need some attention in the future to match the ABS pipe. Then it looks like somebody through the front yard has replaced a large portion of piping with ABS plastic, which is really good news. That was an expensive repair. There are a couple of marginal pitch areas. There's even a little bit of a sag right there in the front yard. There's a little bit of a sag in the pipe, creating probably like 2 to 3 feet of water belly. And then we get into the old Portland City piping, which is a terracotta clay tile, and although it looks like it's still in working condition, this is an outdated or obsolete system. So we'd recommend inquiring with the City of Portland to determine if this piping is on schedule to be updated or modernized. We're going to turn off the water, we're going to drain everything out, we're going to look at the pipe one more time in reverse. I'm going to pause video as we turn off the microphone, wait for everything to drain, and then look at it again. I'm going to turn the microphone on. We're approaching some of the areas. Again, this has all been nicely improved or updated, but we're approaching some areas where we had some marginal pitch. So I'm going to keep the microphone on as we pull through these areas, just to kind of see how things are going. Again, what we're looking for is that the water, it's a drain pipe, so with the water off, everything is kind of drained out of here. That's the area. You can see there's a little residual stuff, but for the most part a good amount has drained out. I would recommend monitoring this area. Again, I'd have a sewer scope done every couple of years, keeping an eye on this. With the amount of weight on the pipes, the amount of rain that happens up here, the amount of pressure on the pipes, movement is almost inevitable with the sewer pipes. And so, if conditions ever worsen there, that might need to be repitched, resloped. At this point, just a little bit of residual stuff with everything, for the most part, draining out through that area is not too bad. I think the area where we went underwater was about the 18-foot mark, so we're approaching that here. Okay,
Okay, here we are approaching that area where the camera head did go underwater. So let's see how things react. So you can see there's like a bulge in the line there, which has caused it to shift. We're going to go real slow through this area. So the camera head, the water level is right at the camera lens area, and that's about it. So really not too bad. Let's take it forward through it real slowly to see if we camera head does get submerged for just a second, and then it starts to come out of it. So worst case scenario, there may be like a spot repair there where we're just repitching that area, but pretty minor. So again, good news. It looks like a lot of it has drained out of it. The camera head does go underwater or right at the water level for a few inches, but for the most part things have improved pretty nicely. Wouldn't be a bad idea to pass the video and the report on to a drain repair specialist to see if he would consider that area an area to monitor and keep an eye on, and if conditions ever worsen, then make a repair, or if he thinks that ought to be repaired right now. Again, the good news is a lot of it did go ahead and drain on out with the water off.